Hi, this is Mani Chopra here and I'm outside our Surbiton site. This is end of week 1. So let's quickly take a look and see what's happening. We're going to go through the side access, which is where the flat's going to be built. So this is it, guys. So you may have seen some previous videos and there was a structure there which was the extension to the shop, which has now been demolished. Week 1 they've had to it was about 5 inches higher and we had to sort of dig it all out. So there's the digger, and it's literally, this is what you see is what it is. So let's quickly go in as well further, just to show you what the site's what we're gonna do in the next few weeks and what it's gonna look like at the end. Wasn't there an issue with the drains, Romy, I think?
No, there's no issue. We just raised it. We found a couple of drains on site which we've got to create a utility, a sewage connection. But obviously we've got
build over agreement.
We may have to. That's getting quite technical, so I won't go into that just now. We just got to ascertain exactly how the sewage is running from, and whether or not there's any other connections from either side of the properties. Whether it's because you have sometimes certain drains which are shared, which becomes a public drain because it's on a private site. In some cases, if it's got connections from additional properties from either end, it then basically becomes what they call a minor sewage X24 public drain. That's the technical word for it, which then means that you can't disturb it, and you have to, if you're going to build on it, you have to create a steel cage over it. But we're going to be getting a special company coming in, and they will scan the whole site using special scanning equipment, which will tell you where the pipes are, how deep they are, gas, electric, telephone, water, sewage, everything. So we're going to do a full that, and that will help us ascertain whether or not there is any other connections to this pipe or is just a single connection. I don't think there are any other connections on this one, in which case it will be fine. We won't need a build over agreement. The only time you never need a build over agreement is if it's shared with accompanying properties. If it's just solely your property, it then becomes a private drain and no build over agreements required on that basis.
So we will keep you posted on the result of that. Yeah. So here we are standing, which is where the new 2-bed, 2-bath flat's going to be built. In an earlier video I mentioned we had to secure planning permission in order to get that, although technically it would have been under class M for a permitted development. Because Surbiton's a conservation area, we had to get planning permission, and the way we secured the site was we did a conditional exchange with 10% and got planning, and then completed contracts after that. So there, here, just over there is the actual access into the flat, and here it's going to be the layout is basically 2-bed, 2 baths, a lot of amenity space, cycle space and everything else. So as you can see, it's definitely enough space for outdoors as well. Obviously keeping COVID in mind, councils are mindful of that, and I think we as developers also need to be mindful of tenants who are eventually our clients' requirements. So let's quickly go in and take a look there as well. So unfortunately, some of the rubble had to be moved in because I think we were having some issues with skips. Is that correct, Ruby?
No, it's just what it is that the skips can only be delivered because they needed a skip removed and delivered every hour. That was just not practically possible, particularly when you're in a town centre location like Surbiton. So for that reason, they filled up the skips so quickly, so that's why they've had to put part of the rubbish here. So this will all be cleared out
in the next few days.
Yeah. So they've got about 8-9 guys that will clear that out very, very quickly. They'll have a mini digger come in, and then they'll have a truck. I mean, like I said,
you'll have to go outside.
No. It all have to come through this way, because you can't go out from the front there, because that's the high street, and that's because there's a public pathway. Everything has to go this way. So,
see, there's a lot of soil rubble.
Oh yeah. We've dug. I mean, they've dug probably about I would say about 3 feet so far. No, I mean, there's an awful lot of, they've still got to go down. They've got to go down. Typically, the foundations will go down about a meter.
Okay.
Yeah. So the foundations on this particular project are a little bit different. But we can talk about that later because foundations are all going to be started.
In a few weeks, we'll go through
Oh no,
that.
foundations are being started tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I think what's going to happen is this is going to be the actual shop, which is roughly going to be about 550 square feet. The toilet's going to go there, which is the existing toilet actually, which is the toilet for the
other side. No.
Oh, it's going to be here.
Yeah.
Okay, the toilet's going to be here.
So you're going to have
the kitchenette here.
Yeah, so you're going to have a kitchenette and toilet into this space where you're standing, and then the
For
rest
the commercial lease.
from the commercial shop. Yeah. So we've got. I mean, as you can see, we've already got electrical connections here to the shop. The shop itself, as I said, it will be a shell. The shop front will come out. We've got